The Mexican government has announced they've taken several steps to address the deaths of Mexicans in ICE custody, more than a dozen since last May. Those actions range from requests to prosecutors to a cease and desist. NBC7's Shelby Bremer has details.
17 Mexican nationals have died either in detention centers or during enforcement operations, which has put political pressure on both sides of the border. And all of this really raises big questions about how it will impact the U.S.-Mexico relationship. Amid protests after federal immigration agents shot 2 people this month, one in Texas and another in Maine, there's action brewing outside the U.S.
Es un caso que genera indignación a todas y a todos los mexicanos.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said the fatal shooting of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo in Houston generates outrage for all Mexicans, announcing her government would file complaints with the U.S. Department of Justice over the killing and 16 other deaths. Now Mexico says they've done it and asked 8 state attorneys general, including in California, and 12 county prosecutors to investigate each as well.
No se trata de generar conflicto.
She says it's not to create conflict, but at the same time,
no vayamos a decir nada porque no vaya a ser.
She feels she can't stay silent for fear of causing problems with the Trump administration.
This is something that hurts the soul of Mexicans.
Rafael Fernandez de Castro leads UCSD's Center for U.S.-Mexico Studies. He says the relationship between the two nations is complicated.
We have 3 main pillars: trade and economics, immigration and border, and security and drugs. And we have fires in the 3 of them.
And Sheinbaum faces her own political pressure to act.
I believe she has to walk a fine line, exert enough pressure to U.S. authorities, but without creating animosity.
Late last week, the State Department said an American official met with Mexico's ambassador and returned to him letters that purport to direct the actions of U.S. government personnel operating in U.S. sovereign territory in what appeared to be a sort of admonishment. The Mexican embassy said the letter was actually a cease and desist to the private prison company that runs a detention center.
If our agents violate policy, they violate the law. If we find that out through the investigation, the U.S. attorney there took quick action, and they'll be dealt with. I mean, we're going to hold our officers to high standard, but we got to wait for the investigation to play out.
On the fatal shootings, American officials have repeatedly said each will be investigated. Mexico says they've also asked the United Nations to weigh in, with Sheinbaum saying,
Pero imagínense si fuéramos omisos.
Imagine if we did nothing. The Mexican government says that the consulates are assisting the families of the Mexican nationals who have died with either legal support or other assistance as requested by those families. From Little Italy, Shelby Bremer, NBC7.
Well, neither ICE nor the White House responded to questions about the Mexican government's efforts. The California Attorney General's office says they cannot confirm or deny any potential investigations.